Hey, beautiful friends. This is Sarah Blumenfeld, host of Networking Done Different. We have an absolute gem in our community, Erma's Nutrition Center, owned by John and Ellen Milstead. I'm so delighted that John's here with me today to share about this beautiful store so that you can also take advantage of it if you're not already a customer. Hey, John, thanks for being with me today.
Hi, Sarah. Thanks very much for having me. Always willing to talk about Erma's.
Yes, it's such a fabulous place. First of all, tell our listeners where exactly it is located.
Okay, it's right across the street from Johnson Space Center headquarters. It's at 2332 East NASA Parkway. If you know where Methodist Hospital is on Methodist Drive, we're one block further east from there on the corner. You can't miss us.
Okay.
Big, beautiful store.
Big, beautiful store with a great storefront and a wonderful farmer's market, which we'll talk about in a little bit.
Right.
So first of all, tell us how you got started with the store.
It's a long and winding story. My daughter was 11, and she was anxious to find some way to supplement her allowance. And so she went to work for a bookstore in the Nassau Bay shopping center. And the owner of the bookstore and Erma were good friends. Erma had just purchased the nutrition store, and backstory from there, the nutrition store started in 1967. So it's the oldest continually operating business in Nassau Bay and one of the oldest in the Bay Area. But Erma was there by herself, and Sarah just did dusting and small things for her. Really, it was Erma liked Sarah and loved the company. And in order for Sarah to go to work there, Sarah said, "Well, you got to meet my mom." So Ellen went in, and she and Erma became best friends. They were dear, dear friends. And so Ellen would watch the store for Erma when she ran her errands, and then eventually when she went on vacation. And then they built the business and they started running it together. It was on 800 square feet, small store with only vitamins in there. And then unfortunately, tragically, Erma got cancer and passed away in the late 90s. Ellen ran the store for her husband for a couple of years, and one day he came to us and said, "Hey, I'm retiring. I want to move to South Carolina. I want to sell the store, and I only want to sell it to you guys." And so we were able to buy it, and we opened for our business January 1st, 2004. And talking about the farmer's market, almost immediately Ellen came to me and said, "Hey, I want to start a farmer's market because we've got customers who have local organic products and they want to sell them in the store, but they can only sell them during growing season in Houston. So we can't buy those things unless we can get them year round." So she started the farmer's market in 2004. It continued to operate till today. When we bought the store, it was only vitamins, and by that time, Sarah was a high schooler, and she was pretty familiar with the natural products industry by that time. And she and Ellen said they wanted to put food in, so we put food in and needed a bigger space. So we moved 3 doors down to a bigger space from 800 square feet to 2,400 square feet, and moved into that space. And they filled it up immediately, and customers came immediately. And it was a great business, and it was growing by leaps and bounds. And we were bursting at the seams. And one day, our leasing agent called Ellen in tears and said, "Your neighbor moved out on me in the middle of the night, and I've got that space next door to you open." And Ellen said, "Let's just knock down the walls." So we knocked down the walls and we expanded to 4,400 square feet. And we filled that up immediately, and the customers came immediately. And then we operated there until 2019. In 2018, Methodist Hospital had purchased the property, and they were going to tear down the shopping center and expand their campus, which they've done. And they told us, you guys have got to move. Well, down the street from us was a building that had been a marine store, a yacht store, and then was the Salvation Army family store. And every time we drove by it for 10 years, literally every time we drove by it, Ellen would say, Erma's needs to be in that building.
Wow.
And so after we were looking for other locations, we found a couple really good locations in Leak City. We couldn't find anything in Nassau Bay, which is where we wanted to stay. And one day Ellen drove by the building and there was a for sale sign up. And she called me and she said, go buy that building.
Wow.
So I made an offer, was eventually accepted, and along with some really good help from Wells Fargo's Small Business Administration folks, we were able to buy the property. And we got some great architects in here from the 9 Yards in Seabrook, and we turned this yacht store into health food store. We're really pleased with it. We think it's beautiful.
It is just beautiful. So how many square feet is the current store?
12,000.
12,000?
Yeah. And we
from 800 to 12,000.
And we have built it. Yes.
You have. It's, oh my gosh, it's so fantastic.
Thank you.
So tell us about some of the items that you have in the store that are unique and that people really can't find other places.
One of the things that we do every year or every other year really is there's a huge trade show in Anaheim, California, right next to Disney World or Disneyland. And it's the Natural Products Expo. This year will be Expo 23. And there are about 6,500 vendors who come to this store, and they're all in our industry. Wow. And so we peruse the list of exhibitors to look for new products. And it's an enormous show. You can't possibly go around and see everything. So we look for those products or those manufacturers that are bringing new stuff, and we map those out. And when we put it down to go and do our shopping, we find that we've got about 5 minutes to stop at one and see it, because it's limited time to be there.
Sure. And
so we go and see all those folks, and we get information on their products, and the ones that make sense to us, we bring in. So we do have a lot of products that nobody else in the area has yet. Eventually they will, but we try to be the leading purveyor of new stuff.
And you were sharing with me before about some new products that you have.
Yes. One of the things that happens occasionally is that a practitioner line, a line that you can only get from doctors, decides they want to sell in retail. And so it's a way for them to expand their market, obviously. And it's a way for us to get products that previously were unavailable to us. And we've got a couple. We've got one from a company called New Ethics. And New Ethics has a great line of practitioner products. And one of the products that they have is literally a chill pill. I've got it right here on my desk. It's amazing, but I've got it.
Everyone needs to go immediately and buy that.
It supports healthy cortisol levels. It supports relaxation, supports restful sleep, promotes mental clarity, and helps reduce anxiety and nervous energy. And it's just literally, you can take it and you can feel the effects fairly quickly. That makes it unusual in our industry, because vitamins and supplements and herbs are things that you have to get into your system. They all presuppose that you're going to eat a healthy diet. Okay. Right. In order for them to do any good for you, you have to eat a healthy diet, and you supplement that. Notice what I did there. You supplement that with supplements.
There you go.
and they make your body more efficient in absorbing the nutrients of those good foods that you're eating.
Mm-hmm.
And so this Cordy's is an unusual thing in that it's a fairly rapid activity or action.
Right.
Normally, you've got to be taking supplements for a month before they really get into your system,
Yeah.
and you start getting the benefit of them.
So what is it called again?
It's called Cordy's, CORD. Easy. We've got another manufacturer. And I'm sorry I stacked the deck here on you. We've got another manufacturer called DM that is also a supplement line or a practitioner line that just became available to us. And this one right here is a histamine digest. If you've got food allergies, let's say you're allergic to wheat, you got a wheat allergy, and you need to eat gluten-free, and you all of a sudden absorb or take in some unexpected gluten, and that pretty immediately hits your system. You can take the histamine digest and it'll offset that very quickly. So nice. That's a great product. Yeah. One of the things that we do here better than anybody is gluten-free foods. We have probably the biggest. We're not aware of we're not aware of anybody in Texas who has more gluten-free foods than we do. And that's one of the things that we look for when we go out to the Expo West is new gluten-free products. Yeah. When we first started that, gluten-free products tasted like cardboard.
Yes.
Now, literally, they did. Now that you can barely tell the difference between gluten-free products and regular products.
Well, that histamine thing you were talking about, I mean, that would be great to have with you. Say if you go to a restaurant.
Yes, you should carry it with you.
Yeah, because you don't know what they put in there.
Exactly right. Exactly right. So you take a couple of those before you eat. And it will be a preventative issue. If you take it after you start feeling the effects, it will alleviate those effects or mitigate them fairly quickly. Wow. Great products, both of them.
Yeah. And what's one of your other favorite product lines that you carry? Not necessarily supplements,
we carry some really amazing products. One of our main product lines, vitamin line, is Garden of Life. Which is we think state-of-the-art vitamins. We carry pretty much their whole line. Garden of Life was started way back when by a guy named Jordan Rubin, and Jordan built the company up, and eventually somebody offered him so much money that he sold it to them, and then he waited out his non-compete time developing new products, and he and Dr. Josh Axe started year before last a company called Ancient Nutrition, and you can see them on late night TV. Yeah, they're geniuses, and they developed some great products. So they've developed some wonderful collagen products.
Yeah, and I've used that. I've used that stuff. Yeah,
yeah, it's wonderful. It's great for hair and nails. It's great for your connective tissue. It's great for your gut. But those are two of the great products that we carry. One of the other ones that comes to mind immediately for me when I start talking about manufacturers is one that we have right here in Houston. It's a world-class, ultra wonderful manufacturer called Bluebonnet Nutrition. Bluebonnet's over in Sugarland, and we carry almost everything that they manufacture. They're wonderful folks. We know them personally. They also love Tookies. So
so they have a reason to come over here.
Yeah, well, their president is a guy named Bob Barrows, and Bob is the number one president of Tookie's fan club, and so we go and get our burgers there when he's in the area. He's a great guy, wonderful company, and they sell worldwide. They're an amazing company. And then some of the others that we carry are let me see here. We got Terry Naturally, which gives us cumin. We've got Gaia.
Oh, yeah.
Gaia Herbs. Gaia is a huge herb manufacturer. Their manufacturers, they manufacture all their own herbs from their own farms.
Oh, wow.
And so you don't get Chinese herbs. You get herbs that are grown on Gaia's farms, which is wonderful. Their
Yeah.
big farm in the United States is in Asheville, North Carolina. We sell so many of them that a couple of times they've invited Ellen and Ellie Snow, who you know is our manager here, to come to their farm for just a thank you trip and training on what they do.
Oh, wow.
So we've got them. Let's see. There, I mean,
you could go on and on.
Yeah, I can go on and on, and
people just have to come in the store with like
absolutely
at least an hour and just
we'll give you the nickel tour. Yes.
So another thing I want to talk about is the staff there is just amazing. You mentioned Ellie, and talk a little bit about the training of your staff.
Okay, Ellie is a former USDA produce inspector, and she's a certified herbalist, and she is amazing.
Amazing.
And then we've got Ruben and Taryn and Rose, who also are amazing. That core has been with us for more than 10 years.
Wow.
Which is incredible in retail. They're all incredibly knowledgeable. Every day they study something new. Every day they reinforce the things that they know. They train all the time. Wow. And we bring in once a month, we bring in a vendor in the early morning and bring our entire staff in. And we spend an hour and a half with the vendor in product training, so that even the folks who don't work in the stacks, those are the 4 folks who work in the stacks, right. But even the rest of the staff knows what it is that we're selling, because we want them to know what our mission is, and we want them to be conversant with the customers in where they can find it. They're not going to tell you, they're not going to give you advice on how to use it. Those 4 folks are.
Right.
There's nobody better I don't think in a health food store that I've been in America, and I've been in them all over the place, who's better than Ellie and Ruben and Taryn and Rose at helping people with their needs.
I mean, just from my personal experience, I come in there and I find one of them and say, okay, here's what's going on. And they just go, okay, come with me. And they go, okay, you need this and you need this, and here's how you do this. And here, it's like, oh my gosh, it's just such a valuable thing, truly.
Yeah. We can't prescribe for you what you take. We can tell you, you can tell us what your issues are, and we can show you the products that will address those issues.
Right. What are the most common issues that you see that you really think people should pay attention to?
These days, it's critical for you to pay attention to your immune system. With the COVID stuff out there and all the variants, it's incredibly important for you to get in touch with how to improve your immune system.
Yes.
A couple of the things that you need to do is you need to get your vitamin D levels up, your D3 levels up. And the way you get D3 is a natural hormone that we make in our bodies. But since we don't get out in the sun anymore, unless you're a field hand in Arizona, you're deficient in vitamin D.
Oh, wow.
And so you really need to, it's a really cheap, easy blood test to see where your D3 levels are. And then you decide how to supplement that. In order for your body to absorb D3 efficiently, you need to have K2 there. So that's a team. D3 and K2 are a team to improve your immune system. The other thing that goes hand in glove with that is probiotics. 80% of your immune system is in your gut.
Yeah.
And you need to make sure that that's as efficient a place in your body as you possibly can make it. So you supplement that with with a good, strong probiotic. And we've got a number of them for men, for women, for children, and for various ages. Some are shelf stable, some are refrigerated. But those the three products, the probiotic, K2, K3 and K2 and D3, I'll get it right in a minute, are I get fired up about this stuff.
I know.
My mind goes fast.
It is exciting. It really is.
But those are the keys. Then everything else comes from your personal issues, which is why it's important for you to come in and talk to somebody on our staff. Yeah. Come in and tell them what your personal issues are. You got arthritis, let's address that. Yeah. You have allergies, let's address that. There are a number of issues that we can address. We say that you're going to put money into your body. You're going to spend money on your body.
Somehow.
You have two choices. Yeah, you have two choices. You can spend it after you get sick on sickness, or you can go out front and be proactive and work on your wellness. Yeah. That's our strong suit, is your wellness.
And you even have things in your store like for like cleaning products for your home and your clothes and stuff, which
yes, we do.
I think often people don't realize how important it is to avoid the crap that's at the store, even in your cleaning products.
Yes. Yeah, you have to be very selective about the chemicals that you expose yourself to. Absolutely.
Tell us a little about the farmers market.
Well, as I say, in 2004, Ellen came and said, we've got customers who are great customers who grow organic. We've always been organic. When we started with the food products and the produce, we've always been organic. And so they grow organically, and they want us to sell their products. Well, they can't give us a year-round supply, and we need a steady year-round supply to sell produce in the store. Yeah. So she said, I'm going to start a farmer's market, and we're going to put it up right outside the store. And so we started out with 2 vendors, I guess, and the market would open at 10, and they'd be sold out by 10:15.
Oh, wow.
So then we expanded that further and further over in the old space in the Nassau Bay shopping village. We had a nice courtyard outside the store, and we filled that up. And every day it was the biggest event in Nassau Bay, other than church services, on the weekends. Right. And it still is. And so we developed a great list of vendors, and we developed a great customer base. And that when we moved over to our new location, the new store has a corral in the back at the parking lot that lends itself perfectly to farmers market. It's enclosed. The building protects it from the wind. Can't protect anything from the rain, but a good portion of it is covered. And we've moved in there. We've got right now about 22 vendors.
Oh, wow.
Everybody out there makes what they bring to sell. If they don't make it, they can't sell it in our market. So you're seeing the developer, the creator of the product, right across the table from you. And we've got a great loyal customer base for that market, and we've enjoyed it. It's been fun for us to do, and this is a fun business. Ellen and me, we love the business. It's really a labor of love. Yeah. And that market continues to grow and changes when some people leave. We've had Ann Rogers, who sells handmade soaps out there.
Yeah.
Isn't she wonderful? She's
wonderful. Rain or shine. I mean, she is there with a little heater if it's cold, or with her little fans if it's hot.
Yes, that's the good news.
You can spend 30 minutes just smelling her soap.
Yes.
My goodness.
That's the good news. Here's the bad news. She's retiring.
Oh,
and she's moving away. So April the 15th will be her last market.
Oh, wow.
And
so come and buy up all her soaps.
come and buy all her soaps. Yeah,
Oh
I'm
my
looking
goodness.
I'm looking for another soap vendor because we'll have one
Yeah.
there as soon as I can vet one and get them in the market. But it's just we have a new guy who does Brazilian Mexican meats, and if you come to the market now, you can smell those. You'll walk in and your mouth will start watering. They're just amazing. And then we've got some great bakers, and produce vendors. We've got the meat vendors out there have to be grass-fed, free range, non-GMO folks, and they've got to produce it themselves, and they do. So we've got some great meat vendors out there. It's just it's fun to keep up with it. It's a chore to keep up with it because
so it's Saturdays from 10 to 2, right?
Saturdays from 10 to 2. Yeah. For us, it's a 7-day-a-week thing because that's a separate business. For us to manage it and administer it, it's kind of a separate business. But it's a community service. That's what we look at it for, is a community service. We don't make any money on it. All those folks are the smallest vendors who can't afford brick and mortar. And who do a great job and are very dedicated to the things that they're selling and the quality. And that's the other thing that we vet for is quality.
Yeah, that's awesome. Let's see, what have I missed? What if I not asked you that I should have asked you?
Let me think. I just the thing that keeps running through our operation of the business is that we love the area. We've been here since '83. We love the area. We raised our daughter here. She's been involved in the business. She was doing all of our purchasing when she was 17.
Oh, wow.
And then when she got ready for college, she had a phone number at home. I wanted her to go to Texas A&M. And so her phone number at home was 333 TAMU. Where to it was. But she was certain that the store wouldn't run without her. And so she stayed here, graduated summa cum laude from University of Houston, worked in the store the whole time, was the editor of the newspaper there. And then she was with us until one of our vendors came in and hired her away because they saw that she was going to be, that she would be great on the road in sales. And that's what she does now.
Oh, so fantastic.
She's got a great career in outside sales.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And
wow.
so
what a journey this has all been for you guys.
It has been. It has been. There's no way we could have predicted this. It's the saying is, man plans, God laughs. And that's the truth.
But he laughed because of how wonderful he knew all this was going to be.
It has been wonderful. The heart and soul of the business is Ellen. Ellen is the sweetest, kindest, most loving woman on the earth, and that comes across in her philosophy with running the business, with employing our folks, all of whom think she's their mother. And her philosophy is, we've created a beautiful, peaceful place for you to come in and spend some time. And if you'd like to buy some of the stuff we got, that's fine. But we're not trying to sell you anything. We're trying to be partners in your pursuit of wellness. And that's been her philosophy from day one, continues to today.
That's beautiful. And you can feel that in the store. It is very peaceful.
Thank you. Thank you. That's what we want.
Yeah.
The other thing that we do is harmonicas. Hold on. I've played harmonica since about 40 years. Okay. And I sit in my office and I hear children who are fussing with their moms, and their moms can't shop efficiently with the kids are fussing. So when I've heard kids fussing, this has been several years now, I'll go out and play my harmonica for them.
Oh, wow.
And almost immediately they stop crying. Okay. And so it occurred to me, and then they stop crying, they smile, and then I go away and maybe they start fussing again. So it occurred to me that maybe if I left them with a harmonica, they'd stop crying and their mom could shop efficiently. So I went to a local music store and I bought 6 small kids harmonicas and almost immediately gave them away. And you could hear the kids going around the store playing the harmonicas, and the mothers got the shop.
Wow.
Okay. So so anyway, thank you. Anyway, so
I'm gonna come in your store and just start fussing.
Anyway, I've given away about 300 of those harmonicas
over
the past few years, and I tell parents, go on YouTube and look up kids harmonica lessons. It'll show them how to play them, and they can come in and we can play together. And then we have some kids who bring their harmonicas in, and we have a good time and
wow,
they enjoy it. And so
that is so awesome. I
love
that so much.
It's fun. I want to be the harmonica guy.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Well, John, thank you so much. I think Erma's is an absolute gem, and it's obvious that it's because of you and your wife and your staff, and it's just such a wonderful thing. I really encourage our listeners to get over to Erma's. You're not open on Sunday, right?
We're not open on Sunday. Us and Chick-fil-A, we have the same philosophy.
Right. Be home with your family.
We decided we wanted a business, but we also wanted a life.
Yes.
So yeah, but the store is a joy to own and operate because of our customers. And I will say one other thing here about that. We're literally right across the street from Johnson Space Center headquarters.
Yeah.
A huge portion of our customer base comes from Spaceville. So we think we have the smartest customer base of any health food store in the world. And they keep us on our toes because they read labels.
Yeah.
And no matter who you are or where you shop, you should be reading labels.
For sure.
And those folks do, and they come in and they ask great questions, and we have to stay up on everything so that we can keep up with them.
Yeah.
So it's a testament to our customers, partly, that we're so prepared for them to come in and ask those questions.
Absolutely. Wow. Fantastic. All right. Well, thank you very much, John. And we'll see you at the store soon. And I will make a fuss, so you'll come out and play the harmonica. Okay, sure. I did not know about that, but I'm going to check that out.
I'll come and play for you. Thanks very much.
All right. Thank you.
You bet.